Okay.
Hello everybody. Hi Mom, hi Dad. Thank you for coming. As you all probably know, my name is Tyler. In the first semester, I don't know if you guys remember, but we were superheroes of the MPX9 world. Our duty was to be great role models and represent this program well. However, our great leaders, the great Kaneko and great Calibro, did not think we were ready to assume the position of superheroes, as they thought we needed more training and to mature more as superheroes. So they captured us and taken us prisoner. They stripped us of our superhero powers. Their intent was to train us to become better people and superheroes. And as you can see on the right are tools that were used for torture techniques in case if we were out of line. Fortunately, they were never used.
Unfortunately.
So let's get started with who I am as well as my group. So we were known as the Hydra Heroes. There were 4 of us. It was Priscilla, Kahiao, Isabel, and myself. And we were previously prisoners to the great Kaneko and the great Calibro. Our biggest strength as a group together was time management. It was something our group was always on top of. I don't recall any assignments being turned in late, and it was just altogether something that we're really good at. However, our biggest flaw, on the other hand, was collaboration. In the beginning of the semester, towards the end of the first semester, I wouldn't say we hated each other. That's kind of a strong word, but we definitely did not like each other, which that led to a big fight between our group. We just things that we shouldn't have said were said, and everybody's emotions got out, which led to us being we didn't communicate with each other, and we just couldn't talk to each other, which even something like our time management strength we couldn't do time management because there's no communication. But being stuck in a jail cell with each other was quite awkward at first, as we did not like each other, but we did learn to get past our differences, and we collaborated more when we decided to listen to each other more, and we decided to ease up on each other, which opened up more doors for original and new ideas, which we had a very large selection of ideas as well. And that's the first skill that I was able to work on, which is collaboration. And a lot of times I'm not always the greatest team player. I always like to get my ideas out, and yeah, I always like to get my ideas heard. And a lot of the tasks that our leaders laid out for us were all leading up to the final competition, which was the cooking competition. And obviously it had to start with learning how to cook. And we traveled down to KCC to learn how to cook. I previously had a little bit of cooking skills, but we got to learn how to cook and just a lot of skills in the kitchen. Our group did chicken parmesan, and my role in the group was I was a culinary expert. So a lot of things that I did was to edit the recipe, planning what happens in the kitchen, constructing the shopping list, and when we're cooking in the kitchen, making sure everything runs smoothly. Now here's the shoe factory, as where the great Calibro took us to make shoes for the Congo. The purpose of this project is to learn about the Congo and this project helped me perfect my public speaking. We put on a big presentation to raise awareness, and another thing that this also taught me was, we wrote a prose, and to communicate with readers using a lot of emotion, because we had to explain that a lot of people in the Congo are very underprivileged, and we had to support why they should donate and give to our cause. The next skill we learned was gardening. It all had to start with building the hydroponic system. Building the hydroponic system, we all had to collaborate as a group, which also incorporated the first skill that I learned. We were able to construct our tower system. Our plants grew well in this system. Through gardening, I also learned how to be more responsible, as we had to make sure all the water levels were suitable for the plants, and we had to check on our plants every day and make sure they're well kept. And gardening is also a very useful skill later in life, in case if we want to build a sustainable garden such as this one. And organization is the final skill, as organization has always been something that I was really not good at. Organization has hurt my group, and I've learned to get things in order, such as filing papers in different categories, and if I had many different tasks to do, to write it down on a sheet of paper and just put all my priorities in place. Now in the final cook-off, it was the final test, and the winners of the competition receives the trophy. Let me go get it. Right here was the trophy, and also reinstatement as superheroes of the MPX9 world. The others will also be released from prison, but have their minds reset as to none of this happened. And we also had to please the judges of Great Calibro and Kaneko. And this big project altogether incorporated all of this, pretty much all of the skills. We had to be organized in the kitchen to make sure everything is getting done accordingly and on time. And we had to communicate and collaborate in the kitchen. And we also had to do our public speaking, as when we spoke in front of the judges and the audience. And thank you for watching, everybody.
Any questions, Cole?
Is your plot based off the Saw?
No. Nobody's arms or legs are chopped.
I've never saw the movie.
You never saw Saw?
No.
It's pretty good. The guy kidnaps people and like tortures them.
Oh.
Yeah,
We didn't torture you guys.
yeah.
Or maybe we did. Kind of.
He makes them torture themselves.
Okay, questions for Tyler?
Freddy Krueger's gnarly.
What project did you enjoy the most?
I would actually like to say the year-long project.
Okay.
And it was fun. I was able to learn a lot from it, especially the cook-off. That was really fun.
Okay. Chaz.
What caused the conflict that made you guys dislike each
It was just kind of ongoing since maybe second quarter. We're just different people, and a lot of our ideas didn't get across, and yeah.
Kaya.
I feel like without MPX, you wouldn't have been able to collaborate with your group members better by the end of the year.
It's hard for me to say, but maybe. From what I've heard, standard they don't offer as many group projects, but yeah, probably would have. MPX did help with the collaboration part.
What advice would you give other groups? Like, let's say they're not getting along well, and what advice would you give them through your experiences?
Just sit down with the group and talk with them, and like an earlier presentation, you're just not. There's many different people out there, and you're not gonna like everybody. So you just gotta learn to work with them and how they work. So you guys can have some sort of chemistry.
Oh, that's a good answer. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you. Yes.